For much of the 60s into the 70s, George Peppard, who a lot of people predicted for superstardom, kind of went on his own path. He was looking to act again, different big roles, but the financial strain on his life included, several divorces and alimony. There was allegations of rape and of a stripper that really, really hurt his box office or his possibility of roles. But in 1979, 1980, he said a very important thing. He said, I want to act again, I need a good role. The Sam Shepard story I did for TV was the only good role I've had in the last 7 to 10 years, The Motivation for the Fugitive. He added he was developing 2 movies and a TV drama series plus an educational series through his production company. But one of 2 breaks occurred. In 1980, he was offered and accepted a role of Blake Carrington in the TV series Dynasty. During the filming of the pilot, which also featured Linda Evans and Bo Hopkins, he repeatedly clashed with the show's producers, Richard and Esther Shapiro. Among other things, he felt that his role was too similar to that of J.R. Ewing in the series Dallas. 2 weeks later, before filming of additional episodes was set to begin, he was fired and the part was offered to John Forsythe. The scenes with Peppard were reshot, and Forsythe became the permanent star of the show. Joan Collins says she was pleased he didn't get the role as she hated him, falling again to an alleged sexual assault incident. It was a big blow, he said, adding he felt Forsythe obviously did a better job as Blake than I could have done. Ironically, this led to him being available to be cast in the NBC's The A-Team, which was his big break. It eventually became the number 1 TV show in his first season in 82. Peppard at the time said, I'm so glad I wasn't drinking. He said later, having stopped in 79, I bet a lot of people thought when I did certain things I had been drinking, and now he found out it wasn't the booze at all. It was me. Now, during the same period, he also had a role as a cowboy in the science fiction film Battle Beyond the Stars. He traveled to Canada to make Your Ticket Is No Longer Valid with Richard Harris, and to New Zealand for a race for the Yankee Zephyr in 82, and to Spain for Hitman also in 82. I almost disappeared for a while, between ages 45 and 55, he later reflected. Nobody wants to work with someone who quits 3 series. You think you're insane to quit a series with all the millions of dollars to be made there. It gets to be like crossing the mob. You'll find out some people you thought were your friends aren't really your friends. Now, when the A-Team came along, he had to audition, but won the role of Colonel John Hannibal Smith in the TV action-adventure series The A-Team, acting alongside Mr. T, Dirk Benedict, and Dwight Schultz, which Barclay from the Star Trek series. Now, in this series, the A-Team was a team of renegade commandos on the run from the military for a crime they did not commit while serving in the Vietnam War. The A-Team members made their collective living as soldiers of fortune, but they helped only people who came to them with justified grievances. Now, as Hannibal, he played the leader of the A-Team, distinguished by some cigars smoking, confident smirk, black leather gloves, disguises, a distinctive catchphrase when he did his cigar, I love it when a plan comes together. Peppard was attracted to the role partly because Smith was a master of disguise and able to Peppard to play a variety of characters. I love Hannibal, he said. It inspires my fantasy. And frankly, I need the money. I wanted to change from leading man to character actor for years now, but I've never given the chance before. Now, the show started filming in the late 82 and premiered in 83. It was instant rating success, going straight into 10 top most watched shows in the country. It ran for 5 seasons on NBC from 83 to 87, made Peppard known to a new generation, and is arguably his best-known role. His fee was reportedly only $50,000 an episode. This went up to $65,000, making one of the best-paid stars on TV. Peppard said the first year of the show was kind of like Monty Python, absolutely ridiculous, but it was fresh, it was fun, it was silly. The role was reportedly written originally with James Coburn in mind, and Peppard kind of played it like a low-end Coburn. But Coburn declined, and thus it went to Peppard. It was reported that Peppard was annoyed by Mr. T upstaging him in his public image, and at one point in the relationship refused to speak directly to him. Instead, he sent messages through intermediaries, including at times fellow cast members, particularly Dirk Benedict, who was also in Battlestar Galactica. And for this, Peppard was occasionally portrayed by the press as not a team player. Melinda Colea claimed it was Peppard who got her fired after the first season. It's the first time I ever had money in the bank, Peppard said later. 4 California divorces and 25 years of alimony will see to it you have no money in the bank. It was a giant boost on my career and made me a viable actor for other roles. Now, during the series run, he also guest starred on the Tales of an Unexpected episode, The Dirty Detail. Now, after the A-Team, he did a lot of stage work, did a lot of key roles. He also did a Matlock, and there was some talk he was going to return back to TV. Now, he's been married 4 times and was a father of 3 children. Helen, Elizabeth, he married to 4 people, excuse me. Helen Davis, Elizabeth Ashley is co-star of The Carpetbaggers and The Third Day, Sherry Boucher, and Alexis Adams, TV actors. In 1990, he noted, getting married and having a bad divorce is like just breaking your leg. The same leg in the same place. I'm lucky I don't walk with a cane. Now, he was a heavy drinker growing through his career, but by 78, he said he was ashamed of what he did. Unfortunately, lung cancer caught up to him in 94, and he died of pneumonia in L.A. Now, never won a major award, although he has a star in the Hollywood Hall of Fame, Walk of Fame. But from Breakfast at Tiffany's, How to Westwood won The Carpetbaggers really, really made him. But like I said, TV rejigged him as well. So the TV work later on, we also talk about the series, the movie The Bravos, which was quite good, did a lot of TV films at the time. And he was developing the series Man Against the Mob. Now, his career, ladies and gentlemen, went from 19 mid-50s, 56 on the way upward. But Peppard, to me, was the thinking man's superstar. And, 65 years he did a lot, ladies and gentlemen. A 43-year career and a very, very smart and dynamite performer. But like I said, complicated for sure. We did a previous podcast on the time he freaked out on Password about the NBC standards and practices, and he was basically biting the leg of the network that would develop his career. But the A-Team, ladies and gentlemen, it's funny about that. You don't see as much in syndication as did before. I know it was a top 5 show in Canada for a number of years, but Peppard, the idea about his career, ladies and gentlemen, he was always good for a quote, and I'll talk about this in a way because some of his contemporaries basically said he was complicated, but he said this is how, to me, he sums up what Peppard personality. He once said in 64 that my performances bore me, adding that his ambition was to deliver one great performance. And I must say I feel a little presumptuous to shoot for that. But that's the goal, like a hockey goal. I figure I got a choice, not of the outcome, but of the objective. And my objective is that one performance. But the problem is he did so many good performances, and he started with everybody. I mean, Dean Martin, Sylvia Loren, all these top actors. But George Peppard, again, to me, a top 30 actor of the modern generation, I was saying from the 50s onward, George Peppard was well known for being probably one of the most intellectually stimulating actors. Hate him or love him, I think he hated himself more than he loved himself, and people loved him more than he hated him. So, but George Peppard, again, that decade that guy he got back is quite interesting. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's a little bit of story about George Peppard's career. If you like what we're doing here with our movie tributes, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share.